G'day peeps, my name is Scripps and welcome back to another Hollow Knight speed paint. Oh boy, it's actually been quite a while since I've done anything art related on this channel. Actually, I don't think I did anything specifically art related or art like since I did that highly edited Hollow Knight video not very long ago. In case you haven't checked it out, then I basically did a video on the new Hollow Knight demo gameplay before the Treehouse video got released, by the way, so sorry it doesn't include any video from the Treehouse, as a lot of people very kindly reminded me. But in case you're actually interested and you want to go watch it, then it's basically just a video where I go through the demo and then I don't really do an in-depth analysis a la like Mossbag or anything like that. I even think I state that like a bunch of times, but I do go through my different theories and what I think the information shared like throughout the video means for the future of the game, or could potentially mean for the future of the game, such as Hornet not having like the shadow when she dies, meaning that she's very likely not a void creature like the Knight. But once again, I don't want to go through all that because I've already explained it in this video, so if you're curious, just go watch it. But the reason that I'm bringing up this video in the first place is because in this video, these kinds of videos, I actually like using a sort of persona. So there's kind of like a visual representation of me and my voice in the video. In the past, I've used a bunch of different characters from the new Silksong game, but in this recent video, I actually used Lace, which I think is my new favorite character design of the Hollow Knight series, and that makes sense. She's the most mysterious character, but she's also the only one we've kind of been truly revealed and told about. We've even seen a boss battle throughout the demo. We've seen an actual fight with her, and we've seen both Hornet and Lace in action fighting each other, and that was absolutely awesome, and I wanted to actually do some sort of fan art for that. So no, this is not going to be a traditional Hollow Knight speed paint where I like create a character design or something from the bottom for the new upcoming game, which is what I've been doing so far. This is actually just a good old fan art where I'm going to be drawing like the Silksong logo, and then I'm going to kind of make this what do you call it? Like this crest or this logo where both Hornet and Lace are gonna be on top of it, and they're kind of gonna be in a fighting stance. And I was wondering what kind of fighting stance I would put them in, because we've seen a lot of dynamic movement and we've seen a lot of really cool like in-air fighting between them. So I didn't actually want to draw that. There's already been plenty of fan art done about that, but I actually wanted to create this kind of feel that they're on equal ground, because they're actually not that different from each other, these two characters. They're both very agile, and they both use like dexterity and sharp tools to their advantage. Whereas other books might use strength or something, but Hornet and Lace are extremely similar, both in strength and skill, and that's what I really wanted to portray in this fan art. So what I actually did was that I kind of took inspiration from these old, in these old traditional, like maybe Japanese movies, maybe anime. I don't really know where this trope comes from. If you have any idea about that, then post it in the comments, but it's basically this tropey kind of fighting that happens, where it's like two dudes that both have like a really sharp, maybe like a samurai sword or something, then they run at each other, and then they both slash, but then they kind of like have their back turned to each other after that, and then one of them just falls afterwards. Kind of like it's this one deadly slash, and it all depends on whether or not if you hit. So the idea was that this was exactly what was going to happen between Hornet and Lace, and I would kind of like be capturing that still shot right after they've both slashed at each other. So just imagine this: they've both landed on the ground, opposite sides of the arena. They're running, dashing extremely quickly towards one another, and then they slash, and then they both like kind of stand on the now opposite ends of the arena. They kind of like completely switched places, and then they're both sort of evaluating the damage, and they figure out that they've actually both been really hurt by each other. Lace has got a lot of her outfit completely torn, and a lot of the silk has completely been ripped off by Hornet's attack. And at the same time, then Hornet is also severely wounded, and you can even see like a whole part of her dress has been torn off after the blow. So they're both like standing completely still because they're afraid that they might fall over at any time, so they're both just kind of standing there with their back almost permanently to each other. And I thought that this wouldn't just be a really cool way to kind of like create an equal status when it comes to skill and strength between Lace and Hornet, but it would also set up extremely well for Lace to become Silksong's new Hornet. And by that I mean she starts on the opposite team, but then I really hope she pulls a Hornet and then joins our team later on, because maybe, I don't know, she respects her strength or something. They're just both very prideful characters, and they're both very confident in their abilities. So it would be so fun if they had like a Vegeta moment, and Lace actually turned to my side because she respected my cause and she respected my skill, and you realized how much they were alike or something. That might seem kind of weird now that we've already almost seen that with Hornet, but I just thought that it would be even more fitting now that we actually have two characters that both talk and have almost the same personality type. Although I would be completely fine with Team Cherry maybe taking another approach. Maybe she just deserves like a really cool boss battle, like an ending boss battle. And then, you know, just her having like a really gratifying death sequence or something. Like maybe she becomes an extremely difficult adversary or something. Like I'd be fine with her taking on the rival role throughout the entire game too. That would be awesome. I just know that I really like Lace's design. And from the comments that I got on the previous Hollow Knight video I did, then it also seems like a lot of you guys are in love with Lace's design and kind of agree with me on the opinion that, you know, she is kind of like this game's Hornet. But hopefully just without all the lewd fanfiction traits. Which, I don't know, man, I'm pretty sure DeviantArt and Tumblr are both hard at work creating the most horrible lewds of Lace at this moment. But you know, we can all hope. But rounding up this video, then, I'm somewhat happy what I got across. I kinda thought that maybe I should talk a little bit more about Lace in this video, but you know, I don't want this to just be another completely like random rant either, and nothing of the stuff that I'm gonna say is like extremely important. And we don't know enough about Lace yet to really define her character. We know her personality and what she talks like. And then we know that she might have been the one who saved Hornet, or like even got her out of the cage in the beginning cutscene. And then we also know that she doesn't die during our first boss battle. She just ups and leaves, which is pretty good. That's pretty good news, because that's almost exactly what Hornet did when we defeated her the first time around. If there was anything that I would like to change about this drawing, then I would have loved to kind of make it more desperate. I would have loved to get some more emotion into it and actually show off how both of these characters are really like stumbled. They're really surprised by the strength of each other and how they're actually both on equal ground. They're both coming to that realization kind of in that moment, and I wish I could have showed that more off and really showed how much damage they'd taken. But again, it's hard because, first of all, it's not extremely easy showing off a lot of facial expressions with the Hollow Knight art style. That's not it. I mean, like, they're wearing husks for faces. It's not really, there's not that much you can change about it without it seeming weird or out of place. And I didn't want to draw them like coughing up or dropping blood either, because we have never seen bug blood. The closest we've come is kind of like the infection stuff that flies out of all the infected bugs, but we've not seen bug blood. And then there's also some theories going around that Hornet might be part silk, so I wanted to step back from that a little bit. I did draw a few splotches of black here and there just to indicate that like they were actually wounded and there was some parts of their body that kind of got slashed off in the meanwhile. But yeah, I wish there was some way that I could have drawn this to make it more dramatic and more emotional. But then again, you know, you gotta work with the limitations you got. And the Hollow Knight art style sure has got a few of them. But let me know in the comments what you think of this drawing. Do you think I could have done different things better? Do you think I could have maybe used a different color palette? I also used a bunch of effects to kind of make this more reddish and more flamish to make it more dramatic. I don't know if that turned out great. You can give me some more critique if you want. I'm completely open to it. And this is also just, you know, it's traditional fan art. So there's not really any character design that you can discuss, so you can mostly just discuss how you like this particular drawing, how you like this logo, and whether or not if you think it turned out well. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.